Welcome to part 1 of Ardley ERF CDM Induction. This section will focus on the site rules and specifics of CDM on site. Before you start work at site, we're asking that you complete all parts of the Viridor HomeSafe Contractor Induction, complete all parts of this site-specific induction and click Submit on the form. You'll then need to take note of your memorable word, and that's what you'll use when you arrive on site. When you do arrive on site, we'll ask you to complete and sign your site agreement, fill out a medical declaration form, and we'll give you your contractor card, access card, and a helmet sticker with your CDM number on it. Remember, HomeSafe is Viridor's approach to health and safety across all sites and for all activities. Your work and conduct on site will be evaluated against the HomeSafe framework.
During this outage, Ardley will apply HomeSafe to help us in achieving all our safety goals of reporting all incidents and near misses, however minor, achieving zero RIDDOR or lost time injuries, making sure all safety observations are recorded and resolved, and that all accidents, incidents and near misses will be initially investigated in the first 24 hours.
So how to report an observation. Incidents aren't isolated to workshops and operational areas. They can and do occur everywhere and can be avoided through a system of identifying unsafe conditions and unsafe behaviours before they occur. Incidents and injuries should be reported through your supervisor and to a member of ERF staff, but we would also like you to report safety observations. Observation report cards are designed to capture safe and unsafe acts and conditions and suggest ways to improve. We understand that sometimes it may not be appropriate for you to take action, but it is important to record hazards in order to manage or remove them. Repeat events of a similar nature could also drive further observations around an area of concern. Paper reports will be entered into our incident reporting system for action and audit. Observation booklets can be collected from the permit office and completed forms returned back to the same place. CDM stands for Construction, Design and Management Regulations. CDM regulations apply to all construction work, where construction is defined as the means the carrying out of any building, civil engineering or engineering works, and includes, for the purposes of our outage, renovation, repair, upkeep and other maintenance, including industrial cleaning. Project is notifiable under the CDM regulations if the work lasts longer than 30 working days and has more than 20 workers working simultaneously at any point, or exceeds 500 person days. Under the CDM regulations, Viridor are required to appoint duty holders. The table below identifies the duty holders for this outage. While our rules apply to all areas on the site, it is important to know that not all areas will be under CDM. The CDM areas will be demarked with the relevant signage, on which there will be a warning of entry to the CDM area, a list of useful radio channels, and our site emergency number. The CDM boundary for this year is marked in yellow on this map.
The site management team is made up of Alan Beaumont, our plant manager, David Simmons, the engineering manager, Dean Hitchens, our operations manager, and Innocent Ufumba, who is our environment, health and safety manager. Your permit office contact will be one of the shift team leaders listed here. All works on site must be discussed with the duty shift team leader before starting each day.
The key dates for our outage are listed here. This table is not a complete list of all work being undertaken during our outage. It's here to outline the scope of the works and the number of contractors we're expecting to be working with us during the period. This section of the induction goes through some of our mandatory site rules. When you arrive on site, you must obey our site speed limit of 10 miles per hour. Parking for contractors is allocated in our contractor car park. You may be directed to our visitor parking or other areas during very busy periods. All cars must reverse park. Be aware that our site haul road is shared with waste delivery and other large vehicles. You should approach the traffic lights using either lane when empty, or when no lane is free, use the right-hand lane. Follow all traffic signals. Do not drive through red lights. If you are held behind queuing HGVs, the weighbridge staff will assist you with manoeuvring around the queue. We'll ask you to put your hazard lights on to do this. Do not overtake any vehicle without permission from the weighbridge staff. If they cannot see your vehicle, turn off your vehicle and call the weighbridge number provided on this slide. Please follow any instructions given to you by site personnel while manoeuvring around site. Please take a moment to read these rules around getting onto site. Copies will be made available on your arrival. Once you have arrived safely on site and completed the on-site portion of your induction, signing in and out will be via a swipe card system at the induction cabin. You must sign in or out every time you go on or off site, even just for a break. You should also pick up or drop off your tally at the BA safety cabin if your work involved confined space entry. As you're leaving site, please make note of the following. Have you completed any appropriate permit documentation? Have you returned any equipment borrowed from Viridor, including radios or gas monitors? Have you dropped off your tally tag with the BA safety cabin? And have you signed out and returned your contractor pass at the induction cabin? To protect you while you're walking around site, a fenced safe walking route from the contractor's car park to the contractor's village is marked out on site. It's marked here in green on this map. All persons must follow this route and must not walk outside of the fence line. Welfare facilities are provided on site at our contractor village as outlined here. You'll be allocated a canteen cabin for use while on site, while other cabins are shared use. The welfare facilities provided in our contractor village are made up of drying rooms and changing rooms, showers, toilets, and canteen facilities allocated by contractor company. You must look after these facilities and report any defects to your supervisor for feedback to Viridor. A food van will be on site throughout the outage. When using the welfare facilities provided, please do not move items from one cabin to another, such as the microwave or fridge. They are to remain where they are found. Please also do not enter the admin building. And please do not use the staff locker rooms, kitchen facilities, or workshop. We would like you to ensure that all waste is placed into bins provided and areas are kept clean and tidy. Please also use the tap water inside the welfare facilities of the contractor village for drinking. Bottled water will only be provided on site where it is appropriate for the environment or tasks being carried out. All welfare facilities are subject to cleaning routines. This doesn't mean that you must not look after them and report any defects to your supervisor for feedback to Viridor. All areas are on an increased cleaning regime from previous years, and facilities will be provided with cleaning equipment so you can clean any areas before and after use. Please do not remove this equipment from the cabins. It forms part of our COVID-19 measures and is in place to protect all persons on site. There are 2 banks of toilets available, which will be emptied regularly. No smoking is allowed on site except in the designated smoking areas. 2 smoking shelters are located by the contractor village. Please dispose of all cigarette butts in the bins provided and note that smoking is absolutely prohibited within the boilers themselves. While working on site, Viridor has a minimum set of PPE that will require you to wear. This consists of a safety helmet, safety boots but no rigger boots, eye protection, long sleeve tops and trousers, gloves, and a high-vis vest or jacket. In certain areas, they may be high noise and may require hearing protection. Any additional protective equipment will be required for specific activities as specified in your RAMs. Viridor will not lend or provide PPE. Your employer will need to provide these, plus any additional PPE required under the task risk assessment. If working in confined spaces where dust masks are required, they must be to a minimum standard of FFP3 and personnel must be clean shaven where appropriate. PPE will be monitored at all times. Any non-conformances will be raised with the individual and may result in reinduction, and depending on the severity or the frequency of the non-conformance, a red or yellow card may be issued. To reiterate some of our mandatory site rules, no mobile phones are allowed in the plant area unless authorised by Ardley ERF. No photography is allowed without the express permission of Ardley ERF. Any person found behaving improperly will be removed from site immediately. While you work on site, you may produce waste in the course of your work. All general waste produced must be identified and placed on one of the general waste bins on site. These will be emptied frequently by the Viridor site team. Examples of items suitable for general waste disposal are municipal waste, such as food wrappings, plastic bottles, paper and card, etc., broken or damaged PPE, rags or paper toweling, packaging and carrier bags.
For specific waste generated during the works, the following segregations are available: waste metals, waste electronics and electrical equipment, mixed metals, refractory, and landfill waste, that is anything that is non-burnable. For waste oils and greases and any other liquids, including chemicals, please report to your nominated site contact and we can agree an appropriate disposal method. Please ensure that all of your waste goes into the appropriate skip or bin so that we can treat it accordingly.
In the event of a fire, please break glass to sound the alarm and inform a member of the Ardley ERF staff immediately. On hearing the evacuation alarm, which is a continuous klaxon, you must proceed to the muster point and be accounted for by the roll caller. You will only be allowed back to your work area when the all clear has been given by a member of Ardley ERF staff. Do not leave the site unless instructed to do so by Ardley ERF staff. Our fire alarms are tested on Wednesdays, 10 o'clock in the admin building, 10:15 in the plant area, and 10:30 in the contractor village.
The next few slides cover the emergency procedures on site. The site emergency number for fire, first aid or spillage is 01869 879 458. This is the control room and they are responsible for contacting the emergency services if required. This number is also on your hard hat sticker.
In the event of an evacuation, you must make your way to the muster point. This is clearly signed and located in the visitors' car park. Due to the numbers on site, the way we use our muster point will change slightly. The painted boxes will be for all contractors. Please stand with your company and wait to be accounted for. The grassed area by the picnic benches will be for Viridor staff. Access to the muster point is always via the safe walking route. Do not cut through the building in the event of an evacuation. In any event where first aid was required, a first aid room is located on the ground floor. If you require first aid, please report by radio or other means to the control room, your supervisor, or to BA Safety. All BA Safety personnel are first aid trained. Viridor have additional first aiders on site 24/7. The site defibrillators are located at the control room and in reception. Eye wash and emergency showers are located around site close to specific hazardous areas. If your ramps identify the relevant hazards, please familiarise yourself with the locations before you start work. All accidents and incidents and near misses must be reported to ERF staff or to BA Safety.
Spill kits, including for oil, are located around the facility in blue bins. Chemical spill kits are yellow. Both are available. All spillages must be contained according to procedures and reported immediately to a member of the Ardley ERF personnel. Under our environmental permit, Ardley ERF is not permitted to dispose of liquid waste and spills into our drainage systems. Any contractor found putting any liquid or material into a drain will be removed from site and they will not be permitted to return. All spill kits will be inspected as part of our safety walks on site and they will be sealed and tagged. Please report any untagged or used spill kits to either Viridor staff or your supervisor.
Be aware that even though outage is taking place, there will be areas of site that are fully operational, including the use of mobile plant and HGVs, Fortis IBA collections, the tipping hall at both entrance and exit, flue gas treatment areas, and outside of the common period, one or the other of lines. Please abide by all site signage and follow any instructions given to you by Viridor members of staff so that we can help you stay safe. thank you for your attention. Please complete the questions before moving on to the next part of our induction.